Well, Wall Street seesawed on Monday in terms of stock markets, of course, and that's really straying far from opening levels as investors eye the ongoing China-U.S. trade talks and potential congressional gridlock, as well as a diminished 2019 earnings outlook. In the meantime, in Europe, stock markets performed much differently. And here's John Terrett with more.
In New York on Monday, it was a very, very quiet day for all the markets. It was all eyes on the resumption of those crucial US-China trade talks in Beijing, albeit at a very low level to begin with. We know key players are moving in as the days go by and the deadline counts down to early March. So we had mixed markets at the end of the Monday session in New York. The Dow was off by 0.25%. The Nasdaq was up, but only by 9 points. The S&P 500 up, but only by between 1 and 2 points, depending on where you put the market at the end of the day. Different story in Europe on Monday. The markets were very buoyed there. FTSE up by 0.8%. DAX in Germany ahead by 0.9%. CAC 40 in Paris ahead by a full 1%. Two reasons. There was real optimism in Europe on Monday for these China trade talks getting underway again in Beijing on Monday. Also, the Italian banks did rather well on Monday after some of their bad loans turned out to be not as bad as had been anticipated. John Terrett, CGTN, on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.